There you go, onto mayonnaise. Fish in water gets brought out by the trash. Now onto Keisha. Being phased doing his best to soak up damage.
Eating up the dash up. Unruffy does propel away. The color is just too much. And that would be a cleanup for Navi with a double kill.
There's Bagger to throw down. Shunpo getting the reset. You can see Nazir is gone. And the rest of the Data Manita will be doing the cleanup work. That's a double carry. Wings getting blocked out here with an item. As he leaves his setup at the number 1 seed from the Mindanao Conference still on the game.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Lenovo Long Collegiate League 2017 Spring Term Interconference Series. We'll be your shoutcasters for the following game. I'm Atlas, and with me is Vulcan.
Yay. So coming in from that match to concluding the sweep for... What was the game about?
Yeah, that was between...
So that was going to be a clean sweep for the for Ateneo that they did lose sadly against. They did have a chance though.
It seems like their mechanics were actually on par with
actually in game
however, with the macro play, it seems like it wasn't quite there yet. So that's how most of two of those games ended up between HAO and ADDU. Now we're gonna move on to our third match for today. It's actually between Ateneo de Davao University, Rite of Passage, and Technological University of the Philippines, SIC Parvis Magna. And it's going to be an intense match. After all, this is the group of death, but we've been seeing such intense. But the thing that separates these teams is the macro play, and the drafting, and that's what I'm looking to see here for Group A.
Not just the macro play; it's more on how they actually maintain it too. I mean, let's say that ADDU did make some promising plays, but they did not dictate it. They did not transition it towards more of a late game. Or they didn't even project what were they gonna do.
Seems like the bans here will be against Navi. He was carrying pretty hard on the champions he used, taking away the two utility AD carries, Varus and Ash, and also taking away a lot of utility with the Lulu. On the other hand, TUP focusing on the support side against Carlay. It's going to be Zyra, dealt a lot of damage in ADDU's games, as well as the Karma, while banning out Kitanda's Graves. So both of these high utility supports have been taken out. And so it seems like, let's see what ADDU will be picking up here. So this might be focusing on the mid lane here, but they could also just take away the Lucian from Navi, because Navi on that Lucian is actually so phenomenal. So they might just take it away from it after stealing these two high-powered utility AD carries. So that will be the pickup here for AD Curry.
Yeah, from that game itself, we did see that ADDU really did not stand a chance against HAO. So, but transitioning that, guys, for the winner of the Search and Win trivia question, the question was, who got the first quadra kill in Game 2? And the answer is HAO. Hello. And the winner would be Francis William Teodoro. Congratulations, you will get your Mr. Gift in 5 working days.
Okay, this is probably going to be Friday, but here, looking at the picks for TUP, it's going to be, since Karma and Lulu are taken away, Morgana is one, I mean, Nami is open, but Morgana is an acceptable alternative to these two utility carries. Decent poke in lane, that snare that lasts forever, but I'm not sure if this is the best pick compared to Nami, which it seems like ADDU will be picking that up. It seems like Zeke will be on that Nautilus, very solid front line, while Kitanda on that Lee Sin, that will be his pickup.
We're seeing mostly...
oh, it might be the Nocturne, actually.
Nocturne would be very interesting to see in the LCL.
Because we've been seeing Nocturne, we saw a lot of Nocturne yesterday, combining it with Weaver's Wall, Gangplank Ultimate, as well as the package from Corki. It was used very effectively by MCL, but it seems like he'll just go for the run-of-the-mill Lee Sin, make lots of plays early game, and transition it into a defensive initiator later in the game. Seems like TUP will be locking at that Nautilus, that Nocturne.
Yeah, it would be TUP taking away the Nocturne, so they might use the strategy that you pointed out. I mean, right on to the second banning phase, we're seeing a Caitlyn on the side of ADDU Yeah, it's really interesting to see that the members of TUP, they don't high priority pick their ADC compared to ADDU.
Seems like ADDU, what they did here was they really want to take away Navi's champion pool here, banning away 2 of the strongest utility carries, banning out picking away one of his pocket picks, the Lucian, and then banning away one of the safest AD carries to play, Caitlyn. So we're gonna see what TUP can actually pull off here on our bot lane. Seems like ADDU, what will be their pickup here? That's gonna be the Yorick pickup for the top lane.
Very interesting
I'm excited to see how that fares. And that's also going to be the Anivia for Speary here in the mid lane. It was banned against him in one of Rite of Passage's previous games today, but we're going to see it in action here. It seems like they will be going for quite a slow-paced mid lane and top lane.
Oh, I don't think it's going to be that slow-paced. I mean, we did see a hover on the Syndra. I'm not sure what's going to be their last pick, but we got to stay tuned for that. But the fact that we are going to be seeing Yorick, we might see the Lady of the Mist plus the Rift Herald.
Imagine all of that. It's like a similar way to how Lucis played in the top lane with MCL's game. They had a Mordekaiser, and then have the Dragon Ghost combined with the Rift Herald bot lane.
Oh man, how fast did that lane get pushed?
That lane got pushed like almost immediately. The first turret and the second turret fell almost immediately. Of course, wave clear from the opposing team was able to clear it, but that's a lot of pressure. So the Lady of Mist combined with the Rift Herald could potentially have the same effect. And the ghouls definitely wailing on the turret, taking the hits for the minions and the champions. Definitely something to be feared if they go for that route where they just focus on the push with that Yorick.
And we did see that on ADDU side, who picked the Yorick, they're on the blue side, so they might have some map advantage in a way that they can go straight into the Rift Herald, but not really much of an advantage. Just saying that if they start from the blue air side of the map, might work out pretty well. I mean, the Rift Herald will be used for... I'm not sure, the timing is very crucial in my opinion. I mean, if he does pick up an overkill Zizirot, imagine that, a Zizirot in front of the turret. Plus there is this Lady of the Mist and the Rift Herald just bumping it. I mean, I think the lane's not even gonna last.
Yeah, but they need enough time to actually make use of the Zizrot, the Rift Herald, and the Lady of the Mist. Then that's gonna be all about the pressure coming from Kitanda. If Kitanda's not able to take out the top lane, and then free up their time there in top lane, and if bot lane, if AD Curry and Carlay don't put out enough pressure bot lane, so it's not an easy decision for TOP to just go top and then clear all the monsters, it's gonna be hard for ADDU to pull this off. But it seems like Navi relegated to that Twitch. Of course, Twitch not a slouch in terms of damage, but he needs some time to like power up later in the game.
I don't think Twitch is going to be even compared to the Lucian.
Yeah, but the Lucian Nami combo is so potent.
It's so powerful compared to a Twitch Morgana, where they don't really synergize well together in a way that you bind the target, you just hit, and then spam, and then
but the thing is, later in the game, what can happen is Navi opens up with his out of invisibility into the spray and pray, and then he cannot be CC'd because of the black shield. But of course, it's still going to be hard because of all the damage that might come from AD Curry, Gosu, and Kitanda.
And I don't think he needs to be invisible because there's the Nocturne. It's going to be a very more of a, let's see, a global vision. When you actually use the Nocturne's Paranoia properly, it does block a vision in a way that really annoys you.
Oh, okay.
And it's going to be something that
it's actually not a Yorick. It's a Kled pickup for ADDU. Just a correction for the draft here. It's going to be the Kled pickup. Not as extravagant as the Lady of Mist Rift Herald combo, but it's a lot more standard. It's a lot safer to go for the Kled than for the Yorick here, because I haven't seen a lot of Yorick even in solo queue, even in normal games. Usually when I see him, he gets absolutely destroyed by a lot of popular top laners. But Kled I've seen a lot. Kled has lots of potential, can easily bait out people that tower dive him. That could be one of the possibilities. And if he gets going, if he gets rolling, that snowball is just going to get faster and faster. And then things for TPU will go downhill. But it's all up to Kitanda, really, to set them up for success.
I don't really see the point of a Kled top. I mean, yes, it's one of the high meta top laners, but we have yet to see it used properly. Let's say more of a snowballing base. And we've seen in other games of LCL, none of them actually use the Kled I mean, they don't even have an interest in the Kled.
Yeah, coming into the in the conference series, a lot of players that use Kled don't use him effectively. But yesterday, we saw a few Kleds that were able to use their snowballing to complete potential. But it is quite difficult to use as we load into Game 5 for today in Group A. It's going to be ADDU Rite of Passage versus TUP Sick Parvis Magna. We're going to see how they play out their level 1s.
And right now, it's fresh on the base. I don't think they will try for maybe Cheese, but I think if ever does a Cheese happen, it would be TUP having the advantage.
Yeah, they have a pretty potent level 1 here because Zeet has 2 CCs at level 1, probably has the Dredge line if they're going for the invade plus his own passive. But it seems like they might just go for Vision here, Deep Vision.
Oh boy.
Oh man, that might be a little bit dangerous to go. They are not spotted out yet. The bind actually misses.
The bind misses, and the Dredge line does not even cut it. So TUP just taking the scenic route, having a field trip.
Yeah, good try, good try.
Yeah, it's
but the thing here is that Zeet had to start Dredge line, which means that his level 1 against Gosu will be much weaker there in the top lane. That is a trade-off there. So that might actually be big if Gosu takes advantage of this.
So with the field trip being ended by TUP, they really were hoping for a level 1 fight for an early advantage, but in the red side of ADDU, it would be Kitanda going for the Raptors red, and as you said, it's going to be more of a versatile jungle route for Lee Sin, which in my opinion really has strong presence in the early game.
Yeah, if once he gets that Raptor, he gets a really good leash too from the bot lane. The thing here is that he gets that level 2, goes to red buff, and then after he gets red buff, his freedom for ganking is a lot better.
And why is that?
The thing is, you save lots of time. The positioning of the red buff is crucial. One, you get red buff, which is like a mini CC. You get that slow, you get that burn damage. Plus, after you get red buff, the mid lane is still level 1. So if you want to go for an immediate gank, you can go for that. Or bot lane as well. Or otherwise, if you just want to go for an invade, you can also try that. If you know where the path of the other jungler is. You can also just transition it normally to the blue buff and then go for top lane or mid lane after that.
Yeah,
it's very versatile.
Yeah, I mean, we can see that in the map that Lee Sin was going for this. I don't think he has any interest in the early gank, but he will be going for the top lane, the blue buff side.
It could just be if the lanes aren't set up for ganks just yet. It's you can just full clear your camps. The Krugs take too long, so it's not worth it to kill them early in the game. So what you do is you get Raptors red and then blue, and if you don't have any opportunities to gank, you can try counter jungling or going for Gromp or Wolves.
Look at the trade-off coming in from the bot lane. So we gotta expect that the junglers will be making the play, but right now we're actually seeing from the blue side, Kitanda might go for a gank in the mid lane as seen in the map, but the focus would be onto the bot lane's
That's actually a lot of pressure onto Bam, having to pop those potions, getting chunked down to a little bit of half health. Spear will have quite an easier time.
Oh, Navi not respecting the burst coming from the Lucian, not to mention the Enchanter support.
No chance to even get the heal off. That was Navi not respecting the damage, and that might actually be the matchup manifesting because of ADDU's draft. But it seems like there's going to be a fight here in top lane, 2v2.
Did catch Kitanda off guard, but the duel will be in favor of those two with a Kled forcing out the flash from Zeet does not work. Kitanda picks up an easy kill, but here comes Bam.
Will they be able to get it? They are split in half. Oh man, here comes Kitanda. He does have the red buff.
He doesn't have flash too. Bam does not have flash, and that would be a deny of a flash for Gosu with the Scatter the Weak.
Here comes the teleport
from
Zeet.
Zeet goes in with the Dredge Light onto Gosu without Scarl, but that was a pretty close call for Bam.
Very close call there indeed, and I really like the confidence to just go in there. ADDU looking a lot stronger early game, but they have to, and that wasn't just brute force. That was rotations coming from Kitanda and Gosu responding to it. So it seems like they're much better form here coming into this game against TUP.
And now with the first blood in the hands of AD Curry, this will put Navi in such a disadvantage. I mean, giving a first blood to Lucian, he will take advantage of that pretty really well.
In terms of combat stats, they're still even. AD Curry and Navi both have
But it's
similar
the
AD,
scaling.
but the sustain is there for AD Curry combined with the natural sustain of the support. Plus, at this point of the game, Lucian is naturally stronger than the Twitch. And this is actually manifesting the CS lead that AD Curry has, because the Black Shield coming from Missy N doesn't protect against Light Sling and Procs, doesn't protect against Piercing Light. But here comes Chan. There's no vision for ADDU. Seems like they do have an idea.
Oh no, Flash and the Bind will connect on the Curry, but he will be forcing out his Flash. And it's really hard to guard knowing that there is a sustaining support like Nami with the ebb and flow heal.
The good thing there is that he burned the Flash. So if AD Curry again gets hit by that binding and Chan is in a position to gank or Bomb is in a position to roam, that's going to be bad news for ADDU. But it seems like now, just playing it a little slowly, ADDU actually 1.5k gold ahead. That's pretty big at 6 minutes into the game. We're going to see how they transition this early lead into more pressure coming into the later parts of the laning phase.
Yeah, it's going to be something you guys have to watch out for. I mean, first blood on an AD carry will be something that you don't want to have, but not to mention, as you said, Atlas, the sustain coming from the Lucian will really push out Navy in a way that he can't sustain as long as in the lane compared to the Lucian AD Curry.
He definitely has to play the long game.
Can't even duel, can't even have a trade-off properly.
Because AD Curry has the Fervor, but Battle Mode, Navi has the Warlord's Bloodlust.
Man, Nautilus not having a good time in the top lane. He doesn't have mobility. So if ever there's a bear trap on a rope, he can't escape. Denies the Drench line. Wow!
And that's going to be a first step, one of the first few steps to Gosu snowballing. If they are able to transition this into more leads for Gosu, they can just snowball it.
Yeah.
But here comes Kitanda. Seems like he decides that gank here in the bot lane, the tower dive, might be too dangerous. Especially because if you try to tower dive and then the turret aggro is on you and then you get dark binding,
you're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, you're not just gonna have a bad time. You're gonna die.
You're gonna die. It's like you experienced that yourself, man.
Yeah, I have many times. I jumped in as Kha'Zix.
That's because you're so greedy.
Yeah, I jump in as Kha'Zix, and then I get bound, and then I die. It seems like Kitanda, because Chan hasn't exerted the same pressure that he has, he's free to just take away this blue buff. And that's because of two factors. Spiri is matching Bomb in the mid lane, and AD Curry and Carly are just pressuring Navi and Missy N into their turrets. So he's free to do that because he knows that if a fight breaks out, then Carly and AD Curry can more easily respond to help him.
And speaking of the mid lane, it would also mean for the top lane to respond to that. Saying that Gosu is right now 101. And onto Z's side, he's 0-2. When you
look at his CS.
Yeah, when you feed a oh my gosh, when you feed a top laner that much and you get denied CS so hard, not to mention another blue thread, it's something you don't want. You just saw for the Drench line, it wasn't even close. At that time, the bear trap on the rope will be enough to pull you away. So
it was really inevitable.
Yeah, Zeke is not gonna have a really pretty time in the top lane.
Yeah, so when he teleports down bot and Gosu matches it, he's actually screwed because he's not very tanky right now. Only has a cloth armor. Ooh, Kitanda might be going for a sneaky gank here, but yeah, this is gonna be a recall unless there is a good opportunity for him.
Q. He might be going for Navi. Oh, he goes to the minion instead, forcing out a flash onto Navi, and Curry is onto Mixie.
Lot of damage though.
Lots of damage indeed. And
man, that Twitch poison is actually not dealing damage to AD Curry because of the Vamp Scepter.
And the ebb and flow.
Because of that, actually pushing Navi in, Misa N as well, and then having to burn potions mean that AD Curry can have a good back timer to build
yeah, at least he didn't get binded on the turret. That would spell trouble, but right now, Misa N gets the back here. He does get binded out. The tidal wave will not even cut close, but instead catching the Doctor. There's the exhaust, and there is the retaliation from TUP. Very low Kitanda. He does get stunned. Here comes BAM with the Unleashed Power, and now a teleport is coming in from the top lane. However, very sad, gets denied, gets cancelled by the cleanse charge.
Yeah, Kitanda a little bit too antsy there. Immediately, once he saw Misa and transitions away from the Scuttler.
I hate to be the guy in top lane doing a Dauntless against the Kled. Look at the damage. I bet that's a Fervor of Battle. Yes, it's a Fervor of Battle. And see how Gosu can actually deny the utility of a Nautilus in a way. Not to mention, the longer the Nautilus stay against a Kled, it's just Gosu saying, well, thanks for that. Easy stacks for the Fervor.
Yeah, the Fervor as well. And I'm going to bet that Gosu has the 2% lifesteal and Vamp Scepter, rather Spell Vamp Mastery, which means that he can stay longer in lane against this Zeet, because he's constantly going to attack and push in the lane, which means that Zeet has to back eventually, or else he'll get dove.
And no matter how much defensive items Zeet picks up, know that Gosu does have to phage. I think he'll be finishing up the Black Cleaver.
Yeah, very, very soon.
Very soon, so...
Oh, no, actually. Since he does have the Ruby Crystal, it might be the Kindle Gem. But since he also has the Longsword, it might be into Joram's Fist into Frozen Mallet.
I don't think that's it, man.
But I don't think that's the optimal path. But
it's
looking at the items he has in his pocket, that is a possibility. But it should be the Black Cleaver.
Yep. Right now we're seeing Kitanda going for maybe a tower dive. However,
it is a possibility.
Zeet's level 7 right now. He has Depth Charge. I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, you already have a lead out to Zeet. Why close that with a Reckless Dive? So
it
right
seems
now,
like he's just going to try and counter jungle, put down some deep vision with his Tracker's Knife. Very effective jungling so far from Kitanda. This seems like, yeah, he actually does put down a ward there near the brush.
And very nicely done for Gosu in order to deny
Look
Zeet.
at the CS. Zeet has barely half.
Oh boy, that's more of a... That's a lot, at least. Not even half, as you said.
Yeah,
so
Zeet's going to be sleeping with the fishes if he continues like this. But of course, he is a tank. He's not like a carry top laner that is completely dysfunctional without items. He still has his Death Charge, still has his Riptide and his Dredge line.
But he's more of
But he's more squishy.
Yeah,
that's really the biggest thing. But if he hits a crucial like CC that turns a fight around for TUP, he could still be useful compared to, say, if he was playing Fiora or Camille without items.
He has to rush that Sunfire Cape. I mean, he can't even see us properly, so he
has to be able to match the push coming from Gosu, because the wave clear from Bear Trap on the rope is actually decent.
Yeah, and if Gosu actually gets the Bear Trap on the rope onto him, Zeet might as well just give it up and just hug his turret. And not to mention, Gosu will be left free to teleport to the bot lane, and he doesn't even need permission from Zeet. Say, hey, I'm going to the bot lane. Wanna join me? No, it's going to be Gosu being the abuser in this matchup.
Gosu definitely pushing him in, and because Zeet is so behind, he has the freedom to just roam around to other parts of the map, steal away resources from Chan, maybe even get a good charge if there's an opportunity for it.
You're tempting it. Oh, bam! Spots it out, but Kitanda successfully connects the Dragon Rage and gets caught off by the Ice Wall, but bam! Still almost making an escape, and what a choke point for Chan! That's going to be a kill out to Gosu. Mise and trying to get away, does have the Black Shield, won't be slowed, but I don't think that's going to be good news for TUP. They lost 2 members.
But the thing though is that could have been cleaner from ADDU, because coming from the Blizzard placement of Spiri, it doesn't seem like they were in exactly the same page as Kitanda, because the kick didn't put it in Blizzard range, which meant that it took a longer time for Spirit to take out Bomb, which means that Kitanda died because he was able to get out his combo.
AD Carry not really being threatened by the presence of Morgana. See, look at that, Mise N soaking so much damage, but he didn't land on the root. There is the Tormented Soil, won't be doing much. A poison, 5 stacks, forcing out Curry's flash, and not to mention no more heal left. No summoners for the bot lane, but right now we're going to be seeing a teleport play coming in from the top. Here is Gosu, Bear Trap out to Mise N. Gosu is on a killing spree.
Oh man, that is just going to be Gosu snowballing harder and harder. And Zeet could not even respond to that. His teleport was not up, and even if he had, Gosu would just completely destroy him. And yeah, looks like Gosu will be completing that Black Cleaver after getting the gold here.
That's really big bad news for Zeet. He really is struggling in the top lane.
Seems like that's going to be the case, and with that Tear of the Goddess with Roa, he can just really push this lane in. If he gets a good flash cross against Bomb, and then Kitanda is able to follow up, that's going to be pretty painful for him. And though Bomb is 2-1-0, most of the gold is on him. It's on the side of TUP. So he really needs to be able to get these key targets, but it's so hard because one, AD Curry is very mobile, very slippery. Even though the point and click, He has the sustain from his Bork, has Carlay support behind him. If he unleash powers upon Sperry, he has the Rebirth passive, and Gosu is just has the Merc Threads as well. So pretty hard to actually take him out.
And not to mention, we do see that Z is slowly catching up with CS thanks to the Bami Cinder, but a bit too late. I mean, Black Cleaver already completed for the Kled Gosu, so it's gonna spell trouble. I mean,
it's not completely over for TUP.
Yeah, it's not over
in,
yet.
In terms of the play, ADDU is really steps ahead. Just look at how Kitanda is just rotating.
Lisa just catches that Resonating Strike, but
man.
the flash will be expended.
Yeah, the
for
preemptive flash to
disengage.
dodge the Dragon's Rage. But the gold lead here is only 3,000. That's pretty. That's gonna get the impact of that's gonna get smaller and smaller as the game goes on. And the composition that TUP has, it's quite explosive. They have Unleashed Power, they have Paranoia, and if Navi gets a really good spray and pray off,
no, Kitanda might go for a tower dive.
this is a very big possibility, but it might be too risky.
Just like your Kha'Zix.
Might be too risky for AD Curry to be left alone while they try and go in for Pincer, but here comes Bomb, might be in trouble.
Oh no. Yikes! The damage coming in. There's the tidal wave. Will the knockup might finish off Bam, but he does escape with a slither of health.
And Dragon's Rage not enough to actually confirm the kill.
The nerf is too strong onto the Dragon's Range. Not a killing blow anymore.
Seems like that will be the case, but having to push off Bomb means that Sperry is freely pushing this mid lane in. Look at how much alone time he has with that turret. Of course, he is in a Nivea, so the turret functioning is actually pretty slow.
Oh boy, Curry. And it's very low. He will be taken down, maybe not. The channel does not succeed, but the spray and pray will give Navi his first kill. And look at that. Gosu does not care at all in the top lane.
Is Navi actually going to die to Carlay? The ebb and flow will take him out.
But he does get spotted by the Trinket, so... Oh man, Z.
Gosu still... he might actually be able to dive it. He does have the charge.
He does. He's gonna die.
Doesn't even need it.
We're just seeing someone, you know, it's like I'm watching a shotgun. God,
it's like I'm watching a cartoon.
Looney Tunes?
Like, yeah.
Oh, that was pretty close though. Gosu was a yellow bar.
That was pretty close because he missed that last bear trap on the rope, so he had to go for the charge.
Man, it's so difficult for Z. Such a hard counter to the Nautilus.
Just denying his escapes, just out-damaging him every time.
Not to mention, he does not even have any escape tool except for the Dredge line. Plus,
it's still a win though for ADDU. Even if Gosu died was shut down by Bomb, him having to roam up there is so oppressive for the rest of TUP because that means Sperry gets that mid lane turret.
I wonder what's up on TUP's mind. He did perform exemplary well, really phenomenal against Atmo, but right now, we're actually seeing a different playstyle.
Different Ateneo this time.
Yeah, man, they're really on point.
For now, we're going to see how all that transitions when it goes to the mid lane. We're going to see Cloud Drake will be the next pickup on the Dragon Pit, but it is Cloud Drake. It might help the rotations coming from Chan and Kitanda, but it's not too impactful. The Rift Herald might be a better objective. It will be gone in 2 minutes with Tidal Wave. Not a lot of value used gotten from that.
It's the fact that you're scared of the enemy.
Sure, there is nothing to scare them off.
That's the point. That's why they're scared. There's nothing.
Oh man, that's gonna be a Paranoia.
And it will be AD Curry taken out by Navi 10-3. Teleport coming in. It would be Z, and Gosu is still not yet teleporting actually, but right now in the riverside. Look at Navi. Just onto the egg, like a rat eating an egg. That would be a triple kill.
Yeah, that's so bad for ADDU.
Yeah.
I don't know why they were focusing too much on that bot side. Of course, there's the Drake, there's the Cloud Drake, but losing 3 members for even a chance at that Cloud Drake is just not a good trade-off.
Yeah, no, that Gosu had teleport.
And AD Curry that was not respecting the damage that could come from the Paranoia combined with Navi. He was isolated, and because there was no Carlay to help him out, that was just easy pickings for the jungler. Will they catch this enough in time before Baron spawns?
Z picking a fight with Gosu, but I think Gosu expects something up.
Yeah, they will be able to get this Rift Herald before Baron spawns though. It's going to be up to how they use it effectively.
And Gosu just walks away. Oh, the bind was really just a pixel
If
short.
if that was me, the binding would have hit. The hitbox would have magnetized.
You would actually step closer in, in an attempt to predict. And wow, he actually dodges the second time.
Yeah, Gosu's gonna be pretty powerful here. He could have helped a lot in that fight in the bot lane,
Yeah,
but
but
because AD Curry was already dead, there was no point there. And then he just traded it for top lane second tier turret, which maintains their gold lead over 4K. Seems like AD Curry with the rest of his team and Gosu and Tao will be able to get more gold under their belt in their pockets with this bot lane turret.
And also saying on to Gosu's playstyle. Okay, you took down everything in the top lane, so wouldn't you try and help your teammates go through, let's say, a Drake? This time it's going to be a Mountain Drake. Something more worth, more practical.
Definitely more worth. It'll make their Barons easier. It'll make more it'll make pushing turrets easier for AD Curry, Gosu as well. So that's gonna be the pickup for them. Once it spawns, it's dangerous. Yeah, just the reaction against that binding.
Something in your mind, in the back of your mind, like I think something's gonna happen.
that Spidey sense on Gosu.
Yeah, it's the paranoia passive.
The Scarl sense.
The Scarl.
We're gonna see how it's gonna transition. ADDU still had quite a bit at 5,000 gold, but TUP has so much damage in the repertoire that if they get a good team fight, they can just snowball back the momentum. But ADDU, no slouch. If Gosu participates in a fight and takes out Navi, seems like he's planning on it, but Misian will be here. Will he go for the 2v1?
Gosu not respecting the damage coming from Navi.
Yeah, he does have respectable damage now because of the Runan's Hurricane and Bork under his belt. Seems to be transitioning that into a Ninja Tabi for this next item. It's going to help a lot against Light Slinger procs and Gosu's own damage.
TUP might go for a sneaky approach, but the Baron is live, so they can't be too careless right now.
That's definitely something that is possible with Bork on both AD carries, and with decently tanky, high sustain junglers, they can get the Baron if a bad team fight happens. So we're gonna see. So for now, it's gonna be TUP sieging this mid lane.
Yeah, it's nice to think that Zed will be scaling naturally throughout the late game, but he does not have the proper defensive item. But right now, we're going to see Gosu gets picked off. He's a Skull, bye bye Skull, and bam, we're going to kill. And right, Zed is in front of everyone, trying to soak up the damage. But Speary is onto Navi. He tries to get away, and now be bam! Going in with the Ghost, securing the kill, and now Zed and Navi is on a 2v1 against AD Curry. The life is just too much, and Navi heals out of it, but Titanda will be getting a triple kill, and now with only Zeke left, this is just inevitable. We might expect a counterplay. There is the Sunfire and the Dredge Tank combo.
There's so much tankiness, but the sustain and shields coming from that Lee Sin definitely gives them the ace. Still, pretty sloppy team fight from both sides. What happened there was definitely messy, because Gosu was so out of position, and what happened there was they all focused on Zed instead of trying to help Gosu. Of course, Zed, I think they could have afforded to actually ignore Zed coming into that fight.
Yep. I mean, going to the replay right now, look what happened
Gosu was so out of position here, but
and look at the members here.
Why go for the tidal wave onto only Zed? That was such a bad usage of the tidal wave. And look at here now, even though Spirit deals a lot of damage, Zed is still like disrupting them, burning also the Dragon's Rage onto Zed. Spirit tries to go for that kill, but instead he's the one to be taken out. A little bit too greedy on his side, should have just stayed with his team. And now AD Curry, look at the Warlord's Bloodlust and the lifesteal from the Borg, actually doing a lot of work here for Navi.
And also the Runan's Hurricane was actually going throughout the Rift Scuttler, so that's extra bonus lifesteal.
So but still in the end, the gold lead manifests for ADDU in that fight. But still, that was a huge mistake from ADDU. That was an incredibly sloppy fight. Seems like TUP had to use the Rift Herald to push out the wave. Not the optimal use. Rather, they didn't have to use it, but I think because he couldn't find a good opportunity for it, and it was going to expire soon, he just had to pop the Eye of the Herald.
Yeah, that's very shame. That's a very shame.
That's a pretty big loss for TUP, not being able to completely use the effects of that Retailed Eye.
Right now, we're going to be seeing Z. He did soak up so much damage, and I don't know why ADDU focused onto Z to begin with.
That was a big mistake.
Yep.
Even the tidal wave was used onto Zeke. Why? He's just gonna go back to his team with Dredgeline and then Frontline. On the other hand, Gosu really needed the tidal wave. It could have saved him a few seconds to get Skarl back, or maybe just to set up a better team fight for ADDU in that instance.
The Mountain Drake is live, and now 2 teams eyeing that Mountain Drake. They do
That's
want
important.
it.
That's an important Drake, arguably the most valuable for most of our teams here. Of course, Infernal Drake would be a good pickup for ADDU and TUP, but Mountain Drake is going to be pretty useful. Seems like it will go to TUP though, unless there's going to be a steal from Kitanda. No chance for that.
Oh, wow.
That's going to be the Hex Drinker saving his life there.
And not to mention the heal from the MF Flow,
Look at
right
ADDU
now.
though. Gosu getting the solo kill against Zeet. Zeet pushing out too much against Gosu, meaning that he's easily going to get chased down. He has no more turrets except for the inhibitor level.
That's too far.
Yeah, that going up to the first. Oh man, Gosu's gonna try and get that kill on
Oh
Sean.
man, it's so trouble. There's also the tidal wave and Chad
Oh man,
gets picked off by Gosu.
gives the red buff to 80 Curry too. Says that's gonna be a little bit of regen.
And now that's gonna be Baron.
Oh man, because the jungler is out of commission. It's gonna be the Baron easily for ADDU. Tanda now here for this fight.
No jungler, no top laner. Let's see how TUP will try and delay the Baron. Now Zeet is alive, going in for a comfort play. Redemption is on land.
There's a lot of hesitation from
Carry the weed, they're
ADDU.
all grouped up. Gosu gets called back. Kitanda going in for a Dragon Strike, does not connect anything.
Slowly regenerating his
Oh
health.
man, ADDU, they don't want the Baron to reset. Come on, go for it. It's going to be Zeet in the depth charge, but it's also Kitanda. Oh man, he got 2-man stun onto the bed.
Oh man!
No, the Davey doing the spray and take from the backline. Stealth bringing out, Gosu's ruling out. He gets taken out, will be shortly, but that's going to be Unleash power onto Gosu. And it's Sonya's to delay it, and the Blizzard is getting continuous
Speary
damage.
though.
Not respecting the Blizzard, but Speary is
Almost getting the kill
Almost
against
got
Bob.
it.
But man, ADDU with the Baron throw. They're still ahead 7,000 gold, like 6,000 gold, but still, such a bad decision. They were already being threatened so much, and they left the death timers open for Chan and Zeet to come back. And even though the Baron was, let's look at how all of that played out. The wall, the crystallized from Spirit was really nice, dealt a lot of damage. But after that, because the Baron was wailing on them so much, look at Navi just DPSing them with the Runans, with the Contaminate. This wipes them all out, and now it's
Navi all the way.
Yeah, that was Navi all the way. But Spirit, even though he dealt lots of damage in that fight, because his team kept forcing the Baron, not wanting it to reset, got too greedy, they paid the price with an ace. And that leaves TUP a little bit of room. Actually, no, a lot of room to catch up.
And that was a pretty close call, and just in the nick of time, Chan is there for the cleanup, denying the Baron. Well played for TUP's side, a fighting chance against ADDU.
Now it's going to be TUP establishing control over this Baron. The Shrine, the Scuttle Shrine is in ADDU's hands though. Can't risk that. Because that movement speed for this team is actually substantial. So they don't want to fight near that area. They want to wait out the Shrine before attempting that.
ADDU is very impatient in a way that they're very excited to end the game, but they have to respect that TUP is something that you cannot underestimate.
Yeah.
And it just showed as that Baron pit, they still stick through it. I don't know why they were thinking, seeing that the death time
They overcommitted.
Yeah, overcommitted.
Like they saw it resetting at like 2,000 health. Like, we can still do this. We can still do this, and then win the team fight. But after that,
that's pretty enjoyable to see that.
Yeah, that was such a throw. I was like,
why is it a throw?
It was definitely a throw. Because they could have been more ahead if they didn't make that mistake of forcing the Baron. But instead, they give TUP a little bit of time to recuperate.
And also Navi's 7-3.
Yeah, 7-3 now. Definitely scary compared to AD Curry, who's only 2-5 and 6.
What happened to him? He did have the advantage, but I think...
Oh, see.
Oh man, Z is
Look at
such so much
though.
damage, but he actually sustains that. Oh! Retaliation from TUP, a counterattack maybe. There's Paranoia is on the Kitanda. Chan is there in PD. He does get exhausted,
Here
but
comes
here comes Gosu from the back end with the charge. AD Curry is up to Z, but it's going to be Gosu taking the majority of the damage. Maybe 10 gets stuck in the Baron Pit, and that will be a 4-0.
Seems like they were focusing too much onto Z, but and then they chunk down Kitanda, and then Shan, and then Shan focuses too much on Kitanda, which allows AD Curry and Gosu to clean up his backline. Oh,
Shan!
Not a chance. He had his smite up, but way too early. No, he did not have his smite up there.
I think he had it.
All right, it was a second charge, yes.
So close.
He doesn't have the tracker snipe, so he has a lot more room to smite. Look at how much Zeet survives. And look at how much Kitanda gets chunked down. But the paranoia, it goes onto Kitanda, and they focus on it too much, which leaves it open for, look at Gosu just slamming into Zeet and Misien. And
also
that's a really good Glacial Storm coming from Spiri to just DPS them down. And then giving a safe route to his teammates to escape.
Yeah, you gotta respect the Titan's Wrath, the lock-in of the Iron Solari, the heal. Just too much. The heal from the Redemption too. I mean, Z was a dead man. But then he just rose up from the grave thanks to his teammates and just baited out so much resources.
But still, the way that played out that fight was Chan should not have paranoid onto Kitanda, because his team was split apart because of the crystallize of Misien.
Well, we can see that Navi 10 B really has a nice vantage point, but can't do much knowing that Kitanda did pick up his position.
The poison actually still deals enough damage. The ebb and flow a bit too late.
Wow. What the hell was that?
That was around just a sliver of health remaining.
Bit of a carelessness, right? I mean, with AD Curry down, contesting the Mountain Drake will be very difficult for ADDU. They have full members of TUP. You can
this
see
will
that
be way too dangerous. ADDU should not be too greedy.
Gosu.
Except Shan.
Oh my god, he does not care! Chan used the paranoia to escape, but fails, and now here comes charge. But it will be Z trying to sort out the members of ADDU, but that's going to be a climax stop by the Spiri, and maybe that's a Blizzard kill, and all now you can see that Gosu.
Oh man.
Wow, onto one of the juiciest targets, that's Twitch.
Spiri and Gosu, the MVPs of this team fight, might actually give them the Mountain Drake, but it seems like they're like, no, we're going for the mid lane inhibitor.
No. We want something more juicy.
The inhibitor is actually more juicy. They can actually get 2 turrets from here, because the most threatening members of TUP, Navi and Bomb, are just half a minute away, so they can actually take the inhibitor and then like, transition it into Mountain Drake after that.
It's like I'm not sure if that was a mistake for TUP. I mean, we are seeing a pattern right now where they're actually using so much resources on one target.
Yeah, it's so confusing. It's TUP.
I was actually wondering what they were thinking. I did see Gosu making its way to Navi 10B, but I don't know what happened there. I don't know why Navi hesitated in a way that he was in. So it was very near Gosu.
And that just opened him up to just absolutely destroy it. I really like the build from Gosu here. He deals so much damage. But because of his Sterax gauge, because of the adaptive helm, it gives him so much survivability against not only Bomb, but the burst coming from the Contaminate and the Unleash power as well. And so it gives him a lot of survivability. And the GA too.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but now I don't think that's any more survivability, but more on immortality.
Immortality, definitely. That's the word we were looking for. So Gosu is definitely a huge threat.
I already knew the word, you just didn't know.
Well, come on, man.
Well, it's going to be an immortal clan against 5 members. I mean, and if they ever invest so much time onto Gosu, they pretty much screw themselves up. I mean, let's use all of ultimates onto Gosu. Then he picks up Scarlet again up. So
he can actually get Scar pretty quickly because of how tanky he is. He can just auto attack all the courage back. Man.
So I think the Guardian Angel is a statement against TUP.
Look at his farm too. It's like 323.
Wow, I really like the build right now.
Oh,
no.
Okay, too dangerous to dive that. Just as soon as he resonating strikes, That's gonna be the dark binding in his face.
And top lane, when the top lane feeds, I know how it feels.
Because you definitely feed every game.
Nah, only when I'm Jarvan. But right now, there's a tower dive by Gosu, but look at how puny damage that does.
Yeah, that's not you know, that's, and because Shan has to be up there, it means that TUP is free to just get this more bot lane, more objectives, might even transition this into an inhibitor if Gosu's able to pull out a lot of pressure. And it seems like he is. Look at him, alone in that top lane.
Yeah, no one even wants to touch Gosu right now. I mean,
that's a very farm top laner.
Yeah. Not to mention, we can clearly see that TUP, they really want to engage hard, but they can't because Zeke really fed so much.
And his impact as a tank is really isn't there. Oh, here comes a charge from Gosu. The trumpets of war have been sounded.
Onto Miche, and he doesn't special, but we can see 4 members investing onto Gosu. He has Guardian Angel, guys! Come on! There's a redemption up! That's gonna help! Maybe will he survive? And no! He does not get a charge back. He does! By so much time for ADDU. They make their way in.
Wow.
But also
a big mistake from ADDU
Yeah,
there.
they didn't get the turret.
They didn't get the turret. They tried to help Gosu. They should have just gotten the turret.
Go for the turret, guys. I mean, Gosu was willing to give his life for the turret. And you don't do that, what a slap in the face. Very, very.
That was a lot of time bought by because
the
Scarl, the split second invulnerability you get from being dismounted,
so
and then the GA. All that time could have been used to get that turret.
And they also have Mountain Drake. Come on.
Yeah.
So close.
Such a waste of resources.
Calm down, man.
It's gonna be a reset here.
But we did see the potential of the immortal Kled.
Not so immortal when he just died. But still, ADDU has a big margin.
He won a solid 40 seconds for them. Yeah.
It's gonna be a 13k gold lead for ADDU, which is huge. That's an understatement. This is this is a titanic lead from ADDU.
Not even titanic, colossal.
Colossal.
Godly lead.
Yeah. So they can just force another team fight. And if they get a good engage against Shan, against Navi, especially Navi and Bob, it's gonna be game over for TUP.
Oh boy.
But
I don't know why Z picked up the Frozen Heart. I mean, maybe for the Kled, but not that effective right now. I mean, more HP is actually needed because you have so much shields from the Locket of the Iron Solari. Not to mention there is also redemption up. You have 2 Solaris. Why go for more armor? I mean, isn't health more important right now in the late phase of the game?
If you have more armor and Magres, and you have a lot of shields, it actually multiplies the shield value. But still, because he built the Frozen Heart, slowing down the attack from Gosu and AD carry, the problem still is he's still not. People can just still ignore him.
Yeah,
he has a lot of disruption, but it's not enough to stop ADDU's assault.
I just feel like the Frozen Heart is not being used properly right now because let's say you have the attack speed reduction, but Lucian is a champion that relies on auto attack resets, so you can't really slow down a reset. And
the animations for that are definitely being stopped. Z has to face up alone against Gosu because the Baron is the focus here.
My god. Gosu is like, come on man, just give me this turn.
He also built the Gargoyle Stoneplate, really trying out these new items.
Holy
from the tank item.
That's going to be like 80 armor and 18 magic resistance.
Plus a little bit of health, 30% health too when the team fight starts. He does have the teleport ready. There is a ward for him in a perfect spot to teleport on while he's destroying bot lane turret.
Man. Baited TUP, just got baited to the Baron pit. More of a distraction, and right now we're seeing Gosu just wrecking the base
just ignoring
of
Zeke
TUP.
right now.
And now, actually, right now, ADD can go for the Baron pit.
Oh man.
Wow!
The bait, the dance, the Baron dance extends from the pit to the bot lane.
Gosu. He did buy the time.
Oh, what the?
He survived that, but it's ADD secured the Baron, but at what cost? And now maybe 10D will be free to try and hit.
From the back line.
Teleport coming in though.
Too dangerous to stay here.
I love that gameplay from ADDU. Wow. Baited so hard.
And then Gosu survived for so long.
Did you see that the Unleash power just ticked like one bar?
Nothing.
It's like a peanut.
But of course, the damage after that, he was so close to getting Scarl back, but
very close.
Close but no cigar.
If he did get that back, I think TUP would have just said, my god.
Yeah, let's just give up.
Let's just
Elder
give it
Drake
up.
is up, but jungler not available for TUP.
Yeah, I think if ever ADDU uses the same strategy they did, let's say that this time it's going to be Elder Drake. Now,
it's
if
gonna be top
Gosu,
lane.
yeah, if Gosu baits them again, I think that's pretty much game over.
Gosu does still have his teleport, so he can still respond to the needs of ADDU if possible.
Well, it was really so well played for ADDU. I mean,
Look at how ahead they are in gold.
oh, wow.
But of course, eventually, the gold lead will plateau.
19,000.
Yeah, 19,000.
19,000 compared to Zed. Come on, man.
Yeah, but eventually it will plateau if ADDU doesn't close the game fast enough. But I think they will after the Elder Drake. But if they don't, everyone's going to get 6 items, and it's going to equalize. But for now, ADDU is still phenomenally ahead.
Teleport coming in.
Oh, here comes Gosu.
Here comes Tidal Wave. That's very well placed in a very narrow path. And there would be Zed trying to disengage with that charge. But we can see that Gosu's making its way in. Same with the Paranoia. Spears on the rampage. You do not fight in a close corner against an Anivia. There is a Crystallize. They cannot run away from ADDU. The shutdown, the lockdown from the terrain.
And man, Gosu survived through that onslaught with GA up and very close to getting Scarl back. Man, that was just that's a very well placed Glacial Storm, very well placed charge as well, with a great tidal wave to pop things up.
My house, my terrain. This is my territory. ADDU. Well-placed lockdown, and now with the Elder and the Baron, a completely different ADDU against TUP, who actually swept ADDU University. ADDU. And with that said, the turrets won't be lasting long, and now this will be the last fight for TUP. But I don't think that's a fight, more of a massacre. But there you guys have it, an ace for ADDU getting the first victory of our last match of the series.
Ending with an 11k gold lead. Actually, not the last match. There's going to be another one between ADDU and TUP.
That's a game
again.
man.
Yeah.
Did I say last game?
Oh man,
No, I said last match.
last match.
So guys, you saw what happened in the...
That was such a different
Wow,
ADDU.
that was really well played. I mean, I was not expecting ADDU to make such a bait play in the top lane. I mean, let's trick them. Let's reset the Baron.
That was actually... I didn't expect that much mind games and macro play coming from ADDU, but it seems like they were able to pull it off, and that all started from Gosu snowballing. Just
Man, if I was baited that hard in a mind game, I would have, like, man, they're so good. But wow, congratulations for ADDU. I hope with the momentum from this game, you can carry it on, but...
Oh, actually, Spiri and Gosu matching the damage from each other, but look at Navi. That 42,000, almost 42,000 damage, but not enough to actually carry the game through.
Yeah, what lacks there was the front line they needed. The Nautilus who really got shot down by the Kled.
Squishy, and Chan is not a good secondary front line because he just gets shut down.
He's more of an assassin
massacred.
also.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really the weight of the top lane in the way that the Kled got so... was snowballed, man.
Yeah, but the thing is there, even if Chan gets a good assassination, even if there's an Unleashed power, the real threats here are Spiri and Gosu, and you can't just assassinate those because one, the Rebirth passive. Second, GA, Adaptive Helm, Gargoyle, Stoneplate, Scarl, Gosu.
And Titanic Hydra.
Yeah.
So
hard.
guys, there you have it. What a game that was between ADDU versus TUP. Note that TUP was actually the ones who swept the game, but right now we might see ADDU retaliate in this last match. So guys, stay tuned. We have a short break for the next game. We have been the Shotcasters for this game. I am Vulcan, and then joining with me is my co-caster, Atlas. We'll be back after a short break. Defense lineup, but right now we're gonna see Gosu get picked off. He's installed, die by Storm, and bam, we'll get the kill. And right, Z in front of everyone, trying to soak up the damage, but Spiri is onto Navi. He tries to get away, and now he's bam, going in with the Ghost, securing the kill, and now Z and Navi is on a 2v1 against
lifesteal.
Lifesteal just too much, and Navi deals out of it, but Kitanda will be getting a triple kill, and now only Zeke left. This is just another one. We might expect a counterplay. There is a front fire. It's going to be Zeke in the death charge, but it's on to Kitanda. Oh man, look at 2-man stun onto the base.
Oh man!
No, the baby doing the spray and take from the back line. Self taken out, goes to ruled out. He gets taken out, will be shortly, but that's going to be Unleashed power onto Gosu. And Antonius to delay it, and the Blizzard is going to
look at Speary though.
Not respecting the Blizzard, but Speary.
Almost getting
Almost got it.
But man, you win the Baron throw.
But I think,
see.
oh man, see, it's
Look at
such so much
though.
damage, but he actually sustains that. Oh, retaliation of TUP, a counterattack maybe. There's Paranoia, is on the Kitanda. Chan is there into he does get exhausted,
Here
but
comes
here comes Gosu from the back end with the charge. 80 carries up to Z, but it's going to be Gosu tanking the majority of the damage. Maybe 10 gets stuck in the Baron pit, and that will be a 4-0.
Seems like they were focusing
God, he does not care. Chan used the Paranoia to escape, but fails, and now here comes charge. But will be C20 one of the members of ADDU, but that's going to be a 3-man stop by the Speary, and maybe that's a Blizzard kill, and out now it's going to see that Gosu.
Oh man.
Wow, on to one of the juiciest targets, that win.
Speary and Gosu.
It's a very narrow path, and there will be C20 with the charge, but we can see that Gosu's getting its way in. Same with the Paranoia, and Speary's on the round mix. You do not fight in a close corner against Olivia. There is a crystallized. They cannot run away from ADDU. The shot down, the lockdown to the last fight for TUP, but I don't think it's a fight, it was a massacre. But there you guys have it, an ace for ADDU getting the first victory of our last match of the season.
Ending with an 11-kill goal lead. Actually not the last match, there's going to be another one between ADDU and TUP.
Not enough Garena shells to buy the latest League of Legends skin? On sale now? Get shells anytime, anywhere with your Globe or Touch mobile number. Go to gamer.com.ph and sign up with your mobile number and enter the verification code you will receive via SMS. Log in and choose the game and pin you want. Check out to purchase the pin with your load or through your postpaid account and receive the pin on your phone instantly. Never miss a sale on your favorite League of Legends skins and champions with Gamer.
Ain't got a soapbox I can stand upon, but God